People have different styles of communicating, different perspectives, ways of working, drives, and motivator. Let's watch them in action, revealing their traits in a meeting where they are discussing a sponsorship for an online event.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this meeting. Hi.
Manas.
Hi. We received an invitation for sponsorship of an event. I would like to hear everyone's views before we take a decision on this. I also need to run this past the CEO. Your inputs are very important because I would like to have involvement of everybody. So who would like to go first?
Yeah, I read the email. I think
hold on, guys. There we go again. I really don't think any discussion is required here. I mean, what's all this?
Yeah, come on, David. Yeah, hear me out. Let me finish first. Yeah, I was saying something, right? So allow me to finish. Yeah, I think we sponsored a similar event last year, and we got enough number of leads. And we converted some of them into pretty large accounts too. When was this event, Manas, again?
It's in 4 weeks from now.
Yeah, sounds cool. I think the way I see some of the quarter targets will be very easy to manage for us through this sponsorship. My team can help the tech and the product guys around everything that is required in terms of product, collaterals, blah blah blah. This would fit right in with the scheme of things. This is a wonderful time for sponsoring something like this. I'm very excited. I'm sure my team is going to love this. I'm going to share this with them right after this meeting. This is.
But take a step back. We are talking about virtual event this time, right?
Yeah.
I got a few. Have we done this before? No. Do you have any data which tells us how much business typically comes from such events? I doubt. Have you checked with people who participated in similar events? I think you haven't. Our product literature, documents, demos, brochures, they're not ready. They're not QC'd by our quality teams. I don't like half-baked things, guys. You will come back later complaining. We need to think through before committing or saying yes to any event. And for us, the last physical event was 2 years ago and not last year. Get your facts right up.
And guys, like I was saying, this is just a big waste of management time. Manas, frankly, you and your team have clearly overshot the budget for this quarter. For us, I don't have to remind you that you still have to collect your invoices and they're pending since the last 3 months. Frankly, I've made my mandate very clear not to release any budgets on any event. As far as I'm concerned, this meeting is over, guys. Thank you so much.
David, come on.
Please hear people first.
No, it's not done.
Whatever. Anyway, it's not fitting into my timelines too. So,
This is not done.
4 qualified brains. But the result? Not so positive. Neither could they express themselves, nor could hear others. Why did that happen? Let's hear from them.
I like to take people along. I am patient. I listen to others and like to maintain harmony. I like to get everybody's perspective so there is a buy-in in the decision that is reached.
Look, for me, I like to ask questions. I want full information, want to see the logic behind any decision. Without adequate facts, without sufficient data, how are you even supporting the event? I don't like being wrong later. Just jumping on every idea doesn't make sense to me. Where is the validation, guys?
I like action, yeah. There is an idea, you got to brainstorm, you got to grab it, you got to do something about it. If you only keep talking about process, method, what, how, when, you will be nowhere. That can be figured out later. I just don't like people brushing off what I'm saying. You got to hear us out. You got to hear me out.
See, look, I'm a very direct person and I really don't like beating around the bush. Throwing money to generate sales or drive marketing campaigns is probably the easiest thing in the world. I mean, there's a huge workforce to make sales. Use them, especially during these times. Why the extra expense? If I frankly allow a discussion here, let's spend days without an outcome. And trust me, I can guarantee this.
Well, each has a reason to behave the way they did. However, if they remain adamant to their stand or respective patterns, results won't be achieved. Hence, each one needs to flex their style to accommodate others' personality. Let's watch them do it.
David, we need to discuss this and reach an agreement. I understand your concern about the budgets and about doing a due diligence, but whatever it is, we need to discuss and reach an agreement on this. It's an important event, and after thorough deliberation, we will move forward.
Yeah, David, I agree. Let's brainstorm this at least, right? Maybe the budget issues can be resolved, right?
Fine, go ahead, guys.
Yeah.
Look, guys, I am with you on this. Okay, I'm not against if you think this really helps business. Okay, I trust you guys. However, I want us to be cautious. I would need more clarity on timelines and information from you for us in terms of how do you plan this?
Absolutely.
Fine. I'll possibly hear you guys and challenge. Okay, well, let me just put it this way. I'll ask you questions where I definitely see an issue, guys.
Yeah, sounds okay.
Great. Let's go one by one then. For us, what's your view? Has any event like this been, how's the response to an event like this been in the recent past? Assume if you were to have the sponsorship in your kitty, what's the impact it would have on your sales for the next quarter?
Yeah, in fact, I was talking to someone who participated and co-sponsored similar event in data security space, not in our line of work. But he was telling me that he had 40 odd new customer queries. And even if we take a worst case conversion, which is about 10%, he's still looking at 10x return on the investment. Now, with our products in demand already, this looks like a sure shot way to increase the reach and get some quick wins. So I'm thinking huge revenues from this event.
But you guys, while I get your point, my question still remains that, why do we really have to spend money on sponsorships? Why can't we really utilize our sales force and, Tanya and her team's capabilities to create an outreach program internally, instead of
I agree, David. So here is my point. Right, today, the market is abuzz with the need of our kind of products, right? Now, whoever has an edge in terms of the reach, they'll get more customers. As simple as that. Now, we're talking about this event, and it is going to reach hundreds of business customers at a single click, right? So what you're proposing makes sense, but it is going to take a lot of time. And in the meantime, we will lose out to competition. So that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Okay. Faraz, I appreciate your thought process here. Still, we'll need to work out some numbers here. Can you prepare sales? How many leads, pipeline do you think in the process? Because look, from a tech standpoint, I need to make sure the backend is ready, right? And
I can do that.
Minimum that we need, guys. And you want to do this event 4 weeks from now. So let's think about it a bit more.
Sure. I think that's been a good discussion. I also ran some numbers.
Okay.
There is an allocation